Hi, class. Thank you for all your final informative speech. I did see that all the speeches were loaded on Go React. I didn't get a chance to. I kind of saw it, so was able to watch a few of them. I didn't get a chance to grade it as yet, and I should be done by this Thursday, and you should be able to see the grade that you have received with my summary of comments um, and um, and a feedback from me, which should be just less like before. It should be available on Go React, and it'll be personal. You should be able to. You should be the only person who will be able to see it. So it's between you and me. Again, I've made it. It's private. So this is what I'm going to tell you is we are now today is November 16th, and we are gearing towards our next round of speeches, which is going to be persuasive speech. And this is what we will be talking about in the next few classes. I am just going to, I'm just trying to direct it here, class. 1 second. Looking at your syllabus, the first thing that I will do is show you where we are on the syllabus, right? And I will take you from one screen to another screen. That's the way I'm doing it because I'm in class. And here we go. 1 second here. Yeah, so this is what I need to click. Oh, I actually had already clicked it. Sorry about that. So here we are, class, just to give you an idea. So this is, we are here, today is November 16th. So we are around at this place in the syllabus. And so November, we are going to start our conversation about persuasive speech. We just got done with the informative speech. So the next few weeks as in next, we'll probably from the 16th to the 28th, we will be working on our persuasive speech. Basically on the 28th of November, as you can see this date, 28th of November, we will be doing our final persuasive speech. We will be going on Go React and submitting our final persuasive speech by 11:59 p.m. on November 28th. I just had the deadline in front of you because some kind of date, some kind of visualization helps us to understand where we are. Again, today is November 16th. We just started talking about our persuasive speech this week, and we will be talking about it till we reach our final day here. Until the 28th is the day when you have to, all of you have to perform on your final persuasive speech. So today what I will be doing is, this is what I will be doing. 1 second. Wanted to show you this, and then I also wanted to show you, where did it go? Here it is. All right. Yep. Here it is. So if you, class, if you are on your syllabus, this is your, I'm sorry, on your course site, you will see that I have loaded the PowerPoint instructor. And if you go to PowerPoint instructor, you will scroll down till you cannot go any further. And this is what you should be interested in for the next 2 weeks from today till the 28th, which is your final persuasive speech day. You should be looking at this slide and reading, of course, chapter 19 from your online textbook. So this is persuasive speech, and you need to go here, and my lecture will supplement the material that you see here. Okay, so this is what I will be. I've already loaded it here, and I already have it here for you. So this is what we will be talking about, chapter 19, persuasive speech. And here we go. Today I will be talking to you primarily about this particular model, which is called Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. and then I will be talking to you about this model. Okay, you can follow up with a slide. You can go to your Blackboard and look into instructor PowerPoints, and then you'll be able to pull up persuasive speech. And the third slide on the persuasive speech will take you here. This is what I'm going to focus on today. I will be focusing on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm going to talk to you about the importance of this whole hierarchy of needs, why we are discussing all of that, and then I have some homework for you. So this week I will just be focusing here, and I would like to also kind of have an exercise actually right after I explain this model to you. I have an exercise for you. I have some homework for you, which I will be showing it to you in a little bit after I explain this topic to you. So then you have two assignments this week. You will have to work on this one, and there's an assignment based out of this understanding this model. So I will be showing it to you. And the second thing that you need to work on is you need to give me some persuasive speech, the persuasive speech topic that interests you. I'll talk to you about all of that once. So all of that is coming up in this video. So watch this video from one point to another point. You'll get all the information that you need to know. All right. So now I'm just going to position the camera to me, and I'm going to look at the slides, and I'm going to just focus it on me, and then we can go back and forth between the slides. Okay. So as you can see, this is what I will be talking to you about, this whole paradigm, physiological safety. As you can see, this is a pyramid. It is, and you can see that it has been categorized into five rungs of the ladder, if you will. If you consider this as a ladder, then you can see that there are five rungs of the ladder. So you have the first one, which is physiological. Then just above that, there is safety, there's love and belongingness, there's esteem, and then there is self-actualization. So let me have a conversation with you and really talk to you about all of this. Okay, so I'm going to move the camera to myself and then basically talk to you. So this is what I'm going to be telling you. Why are we talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Why is it important for us to know about this before we do our persuasive speech? So this is what I'm going to be telling you. All right. In order to persuade an audience, okay, you've already what, when the first day when I started talking about rhetoric, we know that rhetoric is the art of persuasion, and what Aristotle says is if you have logos, which is logic, if you have ethos, which is credibility, and values, and with credibility comes values and beliefs and strong beliefs and values. If you have that, and you have pathos, which is passion, you will be able to persuade anyone, right? So, and I remember I added another two components for you, which was telos and kairos. Telos being the purpose, and kairos being the right timing of the speech. So this is what we know. And when you think about persuasion, that's the first thing that comes to your mind, right? Ethos, logos, pathos, and of course, kairos and telos. All right. So now that we have talked about it and we have looked at different speeches through this angle, I would like to talk further about it. Okay. And the first thing that I'm going to be telling you is we are studying, but just the model as you just saw is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And why is it important for us to know human needs? Can you say that? Can you think about that? Take a moment and think about that. Persuasion and human needs. What's the connection there? Okay. So here I'm going to be telling you what the connection is. So persuasion, of course, when you hear the word persuasion, you need to know that you are you're trying to motivate, right? Persuasion. If you are able to motivate a person, the person is more likely to be persuaded. And research has shown that when you are trying to persuade an audience, you really need to touch on the need of the audience. All right. So the higher the need of the audience, the more likely is the audience going to get persuaded. So there's a direct correlation. Let's say the let's say the town is the current town that you're living in has doesn't have clean water, and people are getting sick with the kind of filtration system that exists in the town, and there's people, children are getting hospitalized, people are getting sick, and there's a great need for you to for somebody to come in and implement a system that gives them a cleaner and healthier water. So as you can see, it's really going to be easy for us to persuade this audience, because already there is a need. People are extremely motivated to make a change because this affects their health. This is a basic need that they have. They need access to clean and healthy and clean and safe water. So this is going to be easy for somebody to do, because already the audience is really motivated to make that change. But this may not happen always, right? You may not be able to think about topics where there's a huge need. So a skilled persuasive speaker kind of knows what the need of the audience is, and sometimes the audience is not very aware of the need, and a skilled persuasive speaker knows how to position it, knows how to make this need that they are addressing, make it applicable for the audience, make the audience feel as if this kind of need really impacts them. It's just not about impacting the all of humanity. Sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes your argument has to be about how is it going to impact me, my child, my father, my friends. That's what audience wants to know. And a skilled persuasive speaker will be able to kind of modify and relate the audiences, relate the audience to the need in a very personal way. All right. So exactly as I said, sometimes the whole bigger universe, bigger, large humanity doesn't appeal to everybody. And sometimes they want to know, how is it going to affect me? So that's how you need to know the need of the audience. And if there's a huge need, well, there you half the battle is won, and you really don't have to work hard to kind of motivate the audience. But most of the time we are not that lucky, right? And there are a skill, I guess, as I said, a skilled persuasive speaker will be able to make the need, make it very real for the audience, make it applicable for the audience, and make the audience feel that this is a need that I have, and it's going to impact me and my life if I don't work on it, or if I don't resolve it. Okay. So now, talking about this, I will now talk to you about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And this is a pyramid, a model that has been devised and created by Abraham Maslow. Abraham Maslow, this whole model was discovered sometime. This is the time when he created it. It was about maybe mid 1950s, and so it's been a while. It's probably been 50-60 years that it's been around, and it's very popular. It's very, very popular. The reason is that it has touched a lot of areas. So a lot of people who study human behavior and actually look at his model just to understand what kind of needs do human beings have. So I don't know, maybe some of you have already heard about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, maybe in a science class, maybe in a psychology class, maybe in a education class. I remember when I first heard Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I first heard it when I was taking a educational psychology class way back when I was in India, doing a teacher's training course. And that's when I heard, and I found it so appealing at that point. So I could see that, this model has been used in business schools to trying to teach people how do you understand human behavior and human needs. And that is important if you are trying to create a sales pitch, you're trying to sell an idea, You need to understand how human beings function, what kind of needs do they have. So not only in this area of business, but they've also as I mentioned to you, it's used in education, it's used in psychology, it's used also in communication. And that's why I am talking about this primarily. This has several uses in several fields of communication. But today I'm going to be talking to you, narrowing it down to persuasive speeches. And the reason we are going to be studying this model is because it kind of shows what human needs are, what the kind of human needs are, and how that motivates human behavior, needs and behavior, needs and motivation, and how both are directly correlated. So this is what I'm going to be talking. As you saw the program, if you remember. I just give me a second here, class. Because it wasn't. Give me a second. I'm trying to get this working. All right, here we go. Actually, I have to keep this in this mode. So this is what I will be talking about. I'll be talking to you about the pyramid and the way the pyramid has been set up. The first few needs, which begins from the lower order needs. I'm just going to focus it here and show you these are the lower order needs. Lower order. When I say lower order, doesn't mean these needs have low priority. It doesn't mean that at all. Okay. What I mean is for you to be here at this level, you have to be happy and we have to be fulfilled. I wouldn't say happy. I'm not going to use the word happy. That's a tricky term. But I will be saying you have to be fulfilled, or these needs have to be met in order for you to reach this level. Maybe some people might agree with me, some people might not agree with me, but that's the general consensus, is that you need to first, if you look at the first level of need, which is called the physiological or the body needs, which is basically for you to live and for you to survive, you need to have water. You need to have you need to have food. You need to have shelter. Okay, so these are some of the basic needs without which, physiological needs that you have, without which you will not be able to live. All right, and then you have the next one is safety needs. So once you are, you have these needs met, you move on to the next level of need, which is the safety need, as you can see. So every human being needs to feel safe. We need to, we don't like this idea of having a pandemic. It just makes us feel unsafe. That is why we're taking all the vaccines in the world. The boosters have come up. We are vaccinating our children with vaccines. We are buying home insurance because we don't want our homes to get flooded or broken into. So we buy that because we want to feel safe. There's a safety net. We have a job. Sometimes we have a 9-to-5 job, something that is not driven by a passion, but we need to get that paycheck because we need to pay that bill. So we need to feel safe, and that's why we have some of us, not some of some of us were not that lucky to have to just have a job because they need to get that paycheck. Okay. And then once you have this fulfilled, or if you think about a tick mark here, and then you move to the love and belongingness. Most human beings have the need to feel loved. They would like to feel a sense of belongingness and love, and they not only want to feel loved by others, but they also feel the need to love others. And that is why you have family, you have you have friends, you have associations, you build a community, maybe the church that you're going, or place of worship, or the place of maybe a club where you have common interests. That's kind of a belongingness that most human beings have, that social craving. That's the fact that you want to belong to belong and meet like-minded people. Okay, so once you have that love and self-esteem, and once you have love, then you move, just jump ahead of myself here a little bit. Then you have the self-esteem need, where you need to feel a sense of self-esteem, where you want to feel good about the work that you've done. You want to feel confident. You want to feel, if you've done well, you want to feel a sense of achievement. And then you want to feel, you want to give respect to others, and you want to get their respect too. So that's self-esteem. That's all a basic human being needs a self-esteem. And sometimes we see that, the lack of self-esteem kind of, if you think about it, the people who don't have that, don't have a healthy self-esteem, sometimes what they do is they resort to different ways, and sometimes unhealthy ways. For example, bullying. A lot of people say that, well, people who bully actually have a low self-esteem, and they want to feel good by hurting somebody else's self-esteem. All right. So you have so many examples where people really push themselves, to starve, uh, you know, to do everything which is unhealthy just to look a certain way, because that will create a self-esteem for them. So sometimes it is all, it is, we don't know what a healthy self-esteem is, but most people are driven towards self-esteem, and the fact that they would like to feel confident, and they want to feel a sense of achievement, and that's a human need that people have. And finally, if you see the last step here, this is the step of self-actualization. And we say that when all the lower order needs, which is physiological, safety, love, belongingness, esteem, and it is all met, then you move on to self-actualization. If you think about self-actualization, class, and I'm going to just turn it to myself now. So if you think about self-actualization, you can think about, being the best. The way you may have heard is being the best version of yourself, right? So let's say, if you are a parent, you want to be the best parent. If you are, in a company doing, where people you're in a leadership position, you want to be the best leader. If you are doing anything, any work, you're in customer service, you want to be the best in the work that you're doing, being the best customer service person possible. So that's a self-actualization, when we want to be everything that we could be. All right. We want to be, that's what we call a self-actualization. It's the best version of ourselves. So that's also a need that people have. And at the argument is that you will not reach there if you don't have the basic, the physiological love needs and all of that fulfilled. Again, controversial. Some people agree, some people may say, no, I don't need all of this. I can still be the best version of myself. So that's self-actualization. And self-actualization gets even more denser when you want to explore it further. So the whole need for the need to know, the love for knowledge, or the need to know more, get more information is also this. It's a cognitive need, where some of us are information junkies. We just like to get some information. We love to watch new things. We love to just most of us, we binge on documentaries or binge on new books. That's just a need for knowledge, need to know more. Okay, sometimes it's a need for aesthetics, beauty, that we like to see beautiful things. We want to appreciate beautiful things, the art, beauty, leisure, the need for leisure, the need to enjoy, relax, and have a hobby. All right, that kind of gives a sense of fulfillment. That's self-actualization too. And another form of self-actualization is self-transcendence, when it's no longer about my hunger, or it is no longer about my need for love. It is no longer about my need to belong. It is no longer about my self-esteem, because all of that when it's my, it becomes finite. Okay, there's nothing wrong or right about it. It just becomes finite because it ends with you. However, some needs are infinite, where it's no longer about you, but it's about other people. So there's a lot of pleasure. There's a lot of, some people feel the need to make an impact on the society. Okay, that after I die, which is my finite self, people will forget me. But if I make an impact on the lives of others through my work, through my creation, that even after I die, my contribution, my legacy, I leave a legacy in the world that will continue to make an impact on people. So that's that you go beyond the finite to the infinite, and that's self-actualization also, because that's, you are doing, what you're doing is self-transcendence. You are no longer thinking about yourself, you're transcending into the making an impact. Think about all the charities that happen, all the donations that happen, all the volunteer work that happens. We do that because it makes us feel good to make an impact on the lives of others. And people say that if the lower order needs, the physiological, basic, the love, the self-esteem, if that is not really taken care of, you really won't be able to reach that higher order need. And the lower order needs is not, again, controversial, is not related, can't really make you happy. Happiness comes from self-actualization. The higher you go, the higher the needs are. Those are the things that makes you happy. So if you're hungry, you get food, you momentarily feel okay. But does it make us feel happy? Maybe, yeah, a little bit, but it's not going to. It's not going to be. It's not, the impact is not going to be as much as self-actualization would. Okay, so like the whole thing about people having a hobby, people doing things for leisure, that kind of brings them happiness. Spirituality is another one where you engage with something for higher order that kind of gives. It's also needs. It's a cognitive need too, where you know about spirituality and that makes you happy. All right. So all of that. So now what I want you to do is I have a set of homework for you. All right. So I am going to turn this around and take you to your homework, which is, by the way, class, this is how a COD Naperville campus looks like. Okay, so here we are. This is your homework. And what you need to do is, I'm actually on your course side, class. You can't miss it. So I'm looking at the left side, and you'll see a tab which is called, see, this is a tab. It's called the assignment tab. You need to click it. And once you click this tab, I have a few questions. Okay, so I have given you an exhaustive list of persuasive speech topics. Okay, and what I have asked you is, I would like you, this is what I'm going to say. So I would like you to review each of these speech topics. All right. So you have something: environment, science, technology, social media, government, religion. So I want you to read these topics. Speech topics. These are all persuasive speech topics. And this is what I want you to do. Tell me, let's say the first one. Should high school athletes get tested for steroids? Okay. So if this is a persuasive speech topic that I'm talking about, which need do you think is it addressing? Is it the need for a human being to feel, is it a physiological need? Is it a safety need? Is it a safety need? I think it's a safety need, because we want our high school athletes not, and again, it depends. All right, the way I'm approaching it is that I would, let's say, and again, what I'm saying, I'm just using this example as a teachable moment. My examples have no, that does not really show my beliefs or values. I don't want to kind of impose any of my beliefs and values on you, but I'm just using that as an example. So that should be clear. Okay, so let's say, should high school athletes get tested for steroids? Then, and if I think that, yes, they should get tested for steroids, well, then I'm actually motivated to talk about the speech topics, because I feel, yes, they need to get tested for steroids, because I want them to be safe. If they are using steroids, they might be, using it to enhance their performance. But what happens to their health? Steroids can be very detrimental for health, right? I can say that. So I said, oh, you know what? I don't want to. I would probably go say, no, high schools, absolutely, they should be tested for steroids, because, if they are not, then maybe they are not safe. Okay. And let's say I say that they should not be tested for steroids. All right. Let's say that's what my position is, that no high school athletes should get tested for steroids. Then, and are any of these, am I coming from any of these needs? I would think that, that'd be a tricky one for me. If I do say that they should not get tested for steroids, then so then I'm thinking about this is maybe, that's a really tricky one. I really don't have anything in Maslow's hierarchy of needs that really supports this point, where that they should not get tested for steroids. But you may be able to find connections. So let's take, should parents allow their kids to play contact sports? Again, I think yes or no. Okay, again, I'm thinking about it in terms of safety. And so what I want you to do is, I would like you to make a list. Okay, so look at the topic and tell me first, what is your position, yes or no? Okay, so you need to take any persuasive speech is where you need to take a stand. So just go through these topics and say yes, just tell me yes or no. And then the first thing you say yes or no. All right. You can't be on the fence. You need to either be yes, or you can say no, and then tell me which need is it. If let's say you say yes, then tell me that your position is based out of the need for safety. All right. Let's say, okay, so let's say, let's go to education here. Is the traditional college experience obsolete? I would say, let's say I say yes. All right. And I say yes, because I feel that, yes, there are a lot of changes that needs to be made. And there are a lot of changes that needs to be made. And you would, there, so here, because there are changes that needs to be made, and you would be coming at it from, let's say, the fact that the whole curriculum is, it's not, it creates, it doesn't create self-actualization. All right. It doesn't let let people, here we go. It doesn't make people understand or achieve their full potential. Okay. So that's where my self-actualization, I will say that, yes, the traditional college experience is, I'll just put in my response as yes, it is negative. And give me a second, class here. I'm having a call. Oh gosh. So I'll call it negative, and then I will I'll say here we go. Okay, is the traditional college obsolete? I'll say yes, and then I'll point out, yes, I say yes, because I feel that it doesn't lead people to completely realize their full potential. Okay, so you need to do all of these topics. You need to respond. You need to respond to these topics. You need to tell me whether you say yes, or I want to know your position, and I would like to know what your position is, and I would like to know which need are you coming from. Okay, so that's what that you need to respond to this by 11:59 on 11:21. Now I'm going to go React here, and I have created an assignment for you here, and I'm going to be talking about it just here. Persuasive speech topic, continue, and continue to recorder. And I have this, allow camera. All right. Okay, it's establishing. All right, so here we go. This is what you need to do in this persuasive record. All right. All right, so here what you need to do by your deadline is by November, by that's, I have that thing. So yeah, by the 21st of November, which is Sunday, you need to tell me here what persuasive speech topics are you interested in. So there's a way to do it. Okay, tell me a broad area. Let's say you're interested in education. Let's say you're interested in sports. Let's say you're interested in social media. Tell me which broad area. You saw the list, right? With my the last assignment, you saw the list. That can start to get the ball rolling. But I really need to understand whichever persuasive speech you choose. I really need to understand your motivation. You need to tell me why you're motivated to do the speech. It has to make sense to you. I would like to know, you give me a speech topic, okay? Say, tell me this is my broad area, and this is the topic that I would like to explore. I want to know from you what motivates you to make a change. I want to know what your claim is, okay? If this is the broad area, tell me what is your claim. Again, it should be start. You saw the list of persuasive speech topics. It needs to end in either you're for it or you're against it. So it has to be positioned that way. So where we see that there's a claim, and you need to either go against it, or you go against it, or you go for it. Okay, so that's the way you got to position it. Okay, so I would need to know why you're motivated to do this topic, and why you are and what is your claim. Again, position it should be anything, the words should or why. These are the things that when you start your speech topic, you have. I'm repeating, I've given you a list of topics already. So the way you're going to position it, you need to position it in a way so that either when we hear this topic, we know that either we go against it or we go for it. Okay, so make sure this should be a 5-minute speech where you tell me what are the areas, what areas motivate you, why you're doing this speech, and what is going to be your claim. So you got to put it here and record your speech. Record not your speech, but record what motivates you, what area are you considering, and maybe if you have 2 or 3 speech topics that you're interested in, give me the list, and I'm going to comment on that. All right, so this needs to be turned in by 11:59 on November 21st. Okay, thank you. So with this, I will stop my video, and I think it's a pretty long video, and there it is posted, and that's it. So I'm going to post this on YouTube, and with that, I will talk to you very soon. All right, thank you, class. Bye.